Hi, everyone. Welcome. We will be starting shortly. As you join, if you can put in the chat your degree program and also indicate if you are a first semester student or not. So if this is your first term with CUNY SPH, you can just put that in the chat as well. And this event is being recorded, and you'll get that recording afterwards. Okay, so again, if you're just joining, if you can put in the chat your degree program, and if you are a first year student. Thank you, Miriam. Community Health first year, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll give other folks time to put that information in the chat, but welcome to today's info session with APHA. My name is Maya Lloyd. I'm the Student Career Program Manager for the Offices of Experiential Learning and Career Services. So today we have two APHA representatives, and they will be talking to you about all of the wonderful benefits and advantages of your free student membership. So for our master's and doctoral students at CUNY SPH, you do get a free APH student membership. So you're going to learn today about how you can take advantage of that. You're also going to get a post-event email with today's recording and the slide deck and any additional resources that are provided. So you'll get all of that in one email. If you do have questions, you can put those in the chat box as we move along. Then we'll also have time to answer questions at the end of the presentation. So this is really important, and which is why I asked if you are a first year student or not. So just keep in mind that if you are a newly enrolled student, so if you enrolled this term, you will get access to your APHA student membership in the spring, right? So you have to be a student for a full academic term before you get access to that membership. But it's great that you are attending this info session today anyway, just so you can learn more about what to expect, okay? So with that, I will turn it over to our guest for the day.
Hello, everyone. I am Damon McWilliams. I'm the Director of Membership Services here at APHA. I am joined by my colleague, Kaylin Murphy, who is also a massive public health student as well, who now works with us at APHA. So I'm just going to try to go through all the membership benefits with you all. But first, I'm going to kind of start with an overview of APHA so you kind of get a gist of the organization as a whole. And then I'll go into some member benefits and things that you might want to participate in the future during your college career and post-college career. So, I just not moving. So, okay. So, APHA has been around over 150 years. I think 153 now. Moving forward, we celebrate 150th anniversary in Boston a few years ago. So just giving you a preface of that we've been around a long time. We've been involved in all things public health over these years, everything from the seat belts to health inspectors to up to recently up into Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, and everything in between. So let you know that APHA has been touched on all things public health over 150 years. One thing is not moving. Sorry, my arrows is not getting stuck. Try it on this. Okay, maybe this way. Um, So every few years, APHA works on a strategic plan, kind of our focus of the organization and things that we're doing. A year or so ago, we've started on working on these five pillars, so to speak, kind of building workforce capacity, to kind of where students come into play. Of course, we always champion in public health, and then also advancing equitable public health practices and outcomes. Then kind of internal things, we trying to improve the member engagement and satisfaction of our members, and also look at how our operations and how we execute internally. Um, each year we set out advocacy priorities. And so for the current year, of course, we are based on the things of the current administration. We're definitely trying to protect funding for vital public health agency and programs, continue to uphold the Affordable Care Act. We always work about the impact of climate change, protecting women's health. Like I said, I won't read through all of these, but and we'll share this PowerPoint with you so you can go through. But this kind of gives you the idea of some of the advocacy priorities we have, and this is for this year. And we do a lot of lobbying on Capitol Hill. Actually, at our annual meeting this year, we will be doing a lot of lobbying. We have a sort of a, for lack of a better word, protest, so to speak, on Capitol Hill or the mall the day after. That's the annual meeting on that Wednesday. Um, but if you are a member, you should be receiving information about these type of these things that we're doing um, for advocacy. And as you know, public health is under threat right now. So we've been doing a lot of things to combat it. We have several lawsuits against the current administration. Some we've won, some are still going. Um, but if you are a member, you should be seeing communications. We actually had one go out yesterday. It kind of shows all the media um, impressions that we've been making. Our executive director has been, I would say, on a lot of national programs in the last weeks and months. Um, so although we are facing these threats, it's good to know that APHA and our executive director has kind of been at the forefront to combat a lot of these things. So if you see the link at the bottom, you'll be able to learn a little more of how we are fighting the threat to public health. And you can also, like I said, we have several news releases. We post it on our social media, and then we also have action alerts on how people can get involved. We have had a strong increase of people wanting to get involved, of course, which is good to see that people are not just standing back and letting these things happen. So there's several ways you get involved if you have that urge. Some of the key initiatives we do each year, we have a National Public Health Week that occurs every April. We have several affiliates throughout the nation. A lot of them do a lot of celebrations within each state. We also do a lot of things on the national level, of course. Then we also have a Speak for Health campaign, and we have a Get Ready campaign. So those are kind of three initiatives we do each year. Also, like I said, we have our upcoming each year we have a Policy Action Institute that just occurred in June 16th to 17th. And as I just mentioned that we have the National Public Health Week, which happens in the first week of April. These are 2025 dates. The 2026 dates will be coming out shortly. And then of course we have our big extravaganza in November, the annual meeting. We hope to get, DC is usually one of our largest turnouts because of all the colleges and universities that are nearby, and just it's a very easy city to drive to and travel to. So we hope to get about 12 to 13,000 people, knock on wood. So that is coming soon. And like I said, if you want to participate in this, of course, students get the discounted rate to attend. We also have an event on that Saturday, a national student meeting for our student assembly. If you don't know what student assembly is, I will talk about that shortly. And some of the member benefits, we have a award-winning journal, AJPH. We stopped printing it recently, but it is available online for members. We also have The Nation's Health, which is a newspaper that you can access online, and if you can access online as well. And then, of course, we have the bookstore, which members receive, I believe, a 30% discount for all books within the bookstore. Um, we also have several other professional development opportunities, as I mentioned, the annual meeting. We have a career mart, we have a career development center, and a continuing education program. Career mart, once you decide you're going to look for a job, you can set up a profile within the Public Career Mart. It's free, of course, for everybody, not even just members. But you can set them alert, and once you set it up, you'll get basically like a daily digest of things that hit your criteria, and it offers a lot of other services within the Career Mart as well. We also have a digital library of past webinars and recordings. Some of them offer CE credits if you're going down that path. And like it's called APHA Now. You can access that as a member. And we have some other benefits as far as um, a tool called Big Interview. So once you about to enter the workforce and you want to practice for your interviews, I'll talk about a little bit of that in a second. And then we got discounts to several other programs as well through your member benefits. So this is more about Big Interview. They conduct mock interviews. Um, you can redo your resume in it. It actually has AI built into it now. So if you put your resume into it, AI will process it and give you recommendations on how you want to suggestions on how you want to improve your resume. Just a lot of different tools within Big Interview. I've toyed around with it a lot. A lot of members love the tool. So if you are a member and once you get ready to enter the workforce, I highly recommend that you play around with Big Interview and take advantage of that member benefit. Um, so a little more about the annual meeting. Like I said, we get around 12,000 people each year. We have over 1,000 sessions. The exhibit hall has about 500 exhibitors, and we have a lot of different activations. We do a professional headshot lounge, so you can get a professional picture. That's worth your membership alone just to get a professional headshot. And a lot of other events around the annual meeting. And for the students, we have a student and ECP, Early Career Professional social each Monday night. Every year on Monday night, where we have like karaoke, a nice little party that you can mingle with your fellow students and early career professional members. So that's one of the networking benefits. We also have professional communities, which I'll talk about in a second. We have an online community, and like I said, we do a lot of networking through advocacy, which I mentioned previously with the Policy Action Institute. And so APHA Lead is our online community. We have over 200 communities. Some are there based on your sections, which we'll talk about in a second, sections, caucuses. Um, we also have it by state, different groups. We also have a mentor match tool on there as well. So if you're looking for a mentor within the space, you can sign up for that within the lead community. And so this is a members only benefit. You would log in the same way you would log in to your regular membership using the same email and password. So you will be able to take advantage of that, and you can set it up to receive If you don't want to see every message for every group that you're in, you can actually set up like a daily digest or a weekly digest, so you can get the information, won't miss anything. Because some groups are more active than others, of course, but we do have a members all members group. And I have mine set up for a daily digest. So every morning around 6, 7 in the morning, I get all the digest from the previous day, all the posts from the previous day. So if you have not signed up for Lead yet, I implore you to do so. I won't go through all the steps, but like I said, I kind of mentioned that you just go to Lead, you will put in your same email and password that you already use. Um, and if you're familiar with, I don't know how many of you went into your actual profile, but you can go in there, you can change your groups that you want to be involved in, and and anytime you need to update your contact information, you go in there and do that as well. And talk about member communities, as I mentioned, we have our membership. We have 25,000 members, and they're basically broken up into 33 sections. As a member, you are allowed to join up to 2 sections for free. And if you want to buy a third section, you can do that for a nominal fee of $15. You can also join forums. And as a student, you are already placed in the student assembly. Student assembly does not count as one of your 2 sections. So you're already part of the student assembly. You can also be join 2 of the 33 sections, which I'll show you all of them in a second. And we also have 7 caucuses, which I'll show you in a second as well. And those do not count towards your sections or student assembly as well. So here are the 33 sections. They've ranged in the spectrum of activities within the public health field. Some sections are larger than others. I think epi is epidemiology is one of our larger ones. I think I've seen in the chat that some people are part of epi. So this kind of gives you an idea. Like I said, you can join none, 1, 2, or even 3. Like I said, you're already part of the student assembly, but if you want to get involved, you want to find mentors, you want networking, you want information within your field, because like I said, it's a lot of people that have been within public health for many, many years, that are eager and happy to provide information to you. So I implore you to definitely join one or more sections of the part of your membership. Also, if you want to be a section leader, maybe more along when you're further down your career, we have several leadership positions within the sections. Also, we have 5 forums. As you see, these are the topic areas. You can join those as well. Those are not part of the your 2 sections you get to choose from. And the same goes for the caucuses. So you can see the different areas of interest. They are very active. You actually technically don't have to be a member of APHA to join one of these. So we have people from different organizations, different walks of life that are parts of these, but we kind of host these, so to speak. And most of them have actual booths at our annual meeting. They're very involved in APHA. And like I said before, I mentioned you can go in and always update your information. If you didn't choose your section yet, you can go back into your profile, use your email address, your password, and you go to update your profile. You will see communities once you log in. When you go communities, you'll see the sections that you're already currently in. And if you're not in the sections, you can choose at that time. Like I said, the first 2 come with your membership. Remember that student assembly is not a section, that's something separate. So you're already in the student assembly as a member. So you select, as you see mine, I selected food, nutrition, physical activity, and you just hit submit, and you will be placed in those sections. So you will receive all the communications from those sections within 24 hours of joining. Then when you go in the lead, you will see that you have been placed in those communities as well on our online community. And so then, like I said, when you go back into Lead, if you click at the top where it says communities, you'll click on my communities, When you click on My Communities, you'll then see the sections that you joined and whatever other sections that you are part of or choose to be. So if you want to add a form, you can go request to join a form, but you cannot join a section by request. You have to go back into the previous, like I said, into your member profile and do it here. Next, so student assembly, which I talked about. So everybody, every student is already automatically placed in the student assembly. It's about 7,500 students in student assembly. Um, our student assembly is very important to APHA. It's actually a third of our membership. I mentioned earlier, we have a national student meeting that always happens a day before the annual meeting on that Saturday. It costs about $20, but that includes lunch. So it's just a lot of the students. I think we have a cap of about 150 to 200 each year that come. But they have their own sessions. Within the annual meeting as well. Scholarships are provided through APHA, Student Assembly, and as I mentioned earlier, we have a Student and Early Career Professional Social, and that occurs on usually on Monday nights each year, each annual meeting. I'm sorry. This mouse is very sensitive. So yes, so the national meetings for in day on that Saturday, we have remarks from the president, have some panels, some activities. We said the fee is like $20, and I think we're already close to capacity. So if you are coming into DC for this, please sign up as soon as possible. And also, like I said, the Student Assembly provides several awards to people within the Student Assembly. I won't go through all of them, but you get a gist of some of the awards that are provided by the Student Assembly. And like I said earlier, there are several leadership positions within Student Assembly. And the president, the chair of the Student Assembly actually sits on our executive board. So it's not like they don't student assembly doesn't have a voice at the table. They are very active and involved. And it's a great way to network with some seasoned veterans within the field. It's a great way to get involved within APHA. And we also have a campus liaison program. If you're interested in spreading the gospel about APHA, you can sign up to be a campus liaison. We provide different swag items, as far as cups and condoms and all things related to public health that you can pass out on behalf of APHA to students on campus. Also have, what's this? I'm sorry. But yeah, so if you're interested in getting involved in APHA, here's some contact information to get involved. They have their own Facebook and Twitter pages as well. And like I said, we will provide this document after post meeting, so don't feel the need to write this down now. You'll be able to you'll receive the document and be able to use this as a resource to go back to or any information that you want to go back to and look at. All right, so the last thing, after you are a student and you graduated and you still want to be involved in APHA, you can join as an ECP, Early Career Professional. You qualify for this. Of course, the biggest thing is that it's at a very reduced rate than our regular member rate. You can do it for 24 months after you graduate. We just ask for proof of status. As you see, some of the things we'll need: diploma, transcript, official letter. You can remain in this group for actually 3 years. So just so you're not confused, you can, as long as you join within 24 months of you graduating, you can stay in this category for 3 years. And so ECPs have their own community within APHA Lead. We have exclusive webinars specifically for EC members. And then we also have special events and annual meeting expo. So some events and activities geared directly for ECP members. And that's it. If you have any questions, I'll take some in a second, but just want to let you know anytime in the future, if you want to contact membership services, this is the phone number and the email address. And myself or someone from our team will be happy to assist you. So that is the gist of it. If you have any questions, I'm happy to open up the floor and take any questions you may have. And once again, I know I ran through a lot of information. Like I said, we will share these slides with you. And if you don't have a question now, you'll be able to contact me or one of my staff at any time, and we'll be happy to assist you. Did I look in the chat? Did anybody ask anything in the chat? Oh, yes. Well, thanks for adding that, Kaylin. Kaylin had mentioned that we will be having a career fair annual meeting this year. This is the first time we really had this. Based on the current environment within public health, we thought it was very important to be able to bring organizations to the membership and be able to provide some job opportunities.
I was just looking at the registration to see if there's any questions that we haven't answered, but I think you did answer all the questions there. Just a reminder again to first-term students, you are able to claim your membership after one full academic term. So you will be able to access all of this great information starting in the spring. But I know Damon touched on Big Interview and Resume AI. So that is something that our Career Services Office uses anyway. So if you ever have an appointment scheduled with our career coach, you will, be familiarized with the Big Interview platform. And I'll speak just from my own experience. I was a student member in APHA when I was in graduate school. I attended APHA and presented at a conference years ago when it was in San Diego. It's always a great time. Went last year when it was in Minnesota, and this year it's in DC. So it's a great travel opportunity as well. And CUNY SPH does offer support for students that are presenting at the annual conference. So it's never too early to start thinking about that. You can speak with your faculty advisor about, your plans for being involved with APHA as well. Okay.
Yep. And so just to touch on that piece, next year we are in San Antonio. So if you do want involved in presenting a poster, that opens up usually around January or so. The deadline is probably around March or so. And so you have to start thinking about that sooner than later if you want to be involved in the annual meeting next year as a presenter.
So are there any other questions we can answer right now?
Question, what do you present as a student?
Your research, you might want to speak on what you actually did.
Oh gosh. Well, this was, I'm a few years removed from graduate school, but I presented with my classmates. We did a community scan on food insecurity actually in Harlem. That was and this was before I even started working for CUNY SPH. So you present an abstract. If the abstract is accepted, then you present the poster at the annual meeting. So every day, if you go to the meeting, you can see posters set up in the main hall. You can walk around and see other student posters, and you can present to folks, on your findings. Okay, so if we don't have any other questions, thank you all for joining us here today. Again, I'll get the slide deck and any other information from Kaylin and Damon, and I will send that out to you all so you have it. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.